So, if you are interested in Korean, if you want to learn Korean and you know nothing about it, so here are some tips before you properly dive in. So, the first thing is if you are totally new and you want to start from scratch, my suggestion is just go straight to the alphabets, like the Korean alphabets. Do not use the romanization to help you, because it's not going to help like at all. Because firstly, romanization is actually using the logic of English to translate the pronunciation of Korean alphabet. So there are bound to be differences between the romanization pronunciation and the actual way of how Korean people saying the words. So if you want to achieve speak like how a Korean speaks, just don't use romanization. There's only one set of Korean alphabets. So other than Japanese have two sets, hiragana and katakana, plus the Chinese kanji. So those are far more difficult in my opinion. But anyway, the thing is, just learn the Korean alphabets. That'd be not that difficult to do. And also, the second thing bad about romanization and Korean is that I don't know if they have an updated version of romanization now, but the one that I come across is it cannot handle the change in pronunciation in Korean. In written Korean, it's written in a way, but actually it is pronounced in another way. The romanization cannot realize this point, and you end up doing it wrong. For instance, 사랑합니다. So yeah, love, but in a sentence end. The ham in this case is written as like this, with the P sound at the end. So romanization cannot realize, oh, you should change the P sound into an M sound because it is the root of pronunciation. Yeah, then you're kind of screwed in that way. The second thing about learning Korean, especially in terms of written Korean, how you speak is just the pronunciation. You can just learn through listening and speaking, that's fine. But if you come across to writing in Korean, I guess you can think of it in this way. The concept of how Korean writing is formed is it works like English. It is written in alphabets, so technically you can read everything you see, as long as you know how the alphabet works. The other thing is each word in Korean is separated by little space in one sentence, just like how English sentence works. So you can distinguish, oh, this part is the subject, this part is the object, by noticing how they are separated in one sentence. While despite it works like English, how it looks is more similar to how Chinese looks. And that means the pronunciation of one character is jammed into a square. Yeah, that's why you tend to see Korean works is kinda like Chinese, is like square, 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 square. And each character has its own pronunciation. You combine a few pronunciations to form a word. Moving on. Speaking of vocabulary, many words from the Korean vocabulary bank is either from English or Chinese and possibly from Japanese. So if you are a speaker of English or Chinese or Japanese, then good for you, good news. Well, technically, you are the you because you're watching me talking in English. But sometimes bear in mind the Korean version of those words may not be the same as they are in English, Chinese, or Japanese. For example, computer in Korean is just computer. They don't have a very Korean word for that. That's totally the same, but for some examples like skinship, well, literally skinship, and you don't have such words in English, but indeed is an English Konglish word. And by the way, it means the physical contact between two people, like I don't know, touching hands, skin, like your skin touches people's skin. It sounds gross. I don't know how to describe it. You know what I mean, physical contact. My point is, if you do speak these languages and you're learning Korean, good for you to like grab on the general concept faster than people who do not speak these languages. But beware you don't, just don't confuse yourself with the meanings of different words. Okay. Other than vocabulary, one major thing about languages is grammar, like sentences. But if you speak English, then one thing you have to, I guess, get used to is that the sentence structure, the very basic sentence structure of Korean is totally different than the one in English. So in English, we say things in the order of SVO, subject, verb, object, like I hit you. But in Korean, the whole order is different. It becomes something like SOV, subject, object, verb. In Korean, 난 널 때린다, I hit you, but it becomes I you hit. And that's why they have, you can say, extra grammar for them to help distinguish or identify the parts of speech as they may get confused. Sometimes subject and object can be, mixed up. Yeah, I don't want to like get into way deeper here because the video will be 3 hours long. Finally, the very cliche tips that I want to give you is, K-pop. Beware before you dive into this rabbit hole, though. It is a one-way trip. You can never come back once you get yourself into K-pop. Yes, I've been there. I am still in there, just less active. Anyway, the reason I say K-pop does help in learning Korean is that the lyrics of the majority of K-pop songs are very repetitive. It's like over and over again, just those words. So if you are a total beginner, you can just get yourself familiar with the pronunciation over and over again. Learn how the characters or the words are formulated in those, like look at the lyrics, not the romanization. Look at the lyrics and then just try to match the lyrics with the sound. In that way you can know, oh, this character is pronounced in this way. Then once you know how it is formulated, you can like figure out how to dissect it, I guess. And if you are, one step further, you can actually look at the grammar of the lyrics. To be honest, except for, rap songs like from Lee songs, by the way, they're very good. Gary is more than a cute looking, dumb looking guy. He is actually very talented. Other than those songs, many cutesy K-pop songs are relatively simple in terms of grammar. So you can learn from those. And yeah, I hope I'm making sense. So Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please leave a like down below. Leave a comment down below as well if you have anything to say. And subscribe to this channel for more future content. And see you in the next video. Bye!